Hey y'all! And welcome to the Sorry Not Sorry Generation podcast, where we bring you a not-so-healthy dose of humor and reality as we get our hands dirty with some serious nostalgia and question everything.
Let's dive in.
Hey y'all! It's Misty.
It's Ani.
And Aaron.
And today we are doing our first review for Jurassic July. And we are, of course, going to be watching...
pterodactyl noises. I don't know.
Yep, that's the thing. That's the thing that happened when he used that as sound effects in the second half of our Jungle D&D campaign. But yeah, this is our first review for Jurassic July. We are, of course, watching the most iconic of dinosaur movies of all time, and that is the very first Jurassic Park movie. And not that the other
Ogle Jeff Goldblum.
Primo Jeff Goldblum.
She's like dinosaurs, and we're just like Jeff Goldblum.
Well, I like the dinosaurs too.
I mean, I've never found Jeff Goldblum attractive. And I've never found anybody in the Jurassic Park movies attractive, which includes Chris Pratt. He is not attractive. Thank you.
No, but no. We're all about Jeff Goldblum here.
I mean, like, I like Jeff Goldblum. I have never looked at that man and thought...
fair. It's just, we clearly suffer from delusions. And Jeff Goldblum is one of the delusions.
Okay. I mean, like, that's fine. I'm aware
I think it confuses my mother, too. So don't worry.
I am aware that there are people who find him very attractive, especially in this particular movie, but I have never looked at that man and thought of anything other than that is a...
Man. That's a man.
But, like, I've never looked at Jeff Goldblum and thought to myself that he's anything other than a eclectic, slightly, like, goth version of Big Bird.
A Big Bird!
Like, that is... Like, Big Bird has cousins in, like, other Sesame Streets and stuff like that. And just, like, he could be one of them. And, like, that was just always my thought process. So.
Okay.
You know, oddly enough, I can see it.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. That is precisely the problem. Oh my god.
I may have ruined Jeff Goldblum for many people at this moment, including Ani and Aaron.
No,
I still love him. I can see it, but I'm not gonna think about it.
That's a pretty good one. That is
his cousin of Big Bird.
goth, slight, and somewhat eclectic.
Yeah, that's just always been my thought when I look at him, and I've just never, I've never really.
I feel like it would have solidified her thoughts of a Big Bird cousin in Thor.
Yeah.
With the way he's dressed and everything.
That's
in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because like in Ragnarok, he's as eccentric as it can possibly be. So.
With the makeup and everything.
The prisoners with jobs.
But at the same time, like, I just kind of feel like that's not Jeff Goldblum acting. That was just Jeff Goldblum on the set of Ragnarok.
No. Yep, that was just Jeff Goldblum being Jeff Goldblum on the set.
No, yeah.
I feel like that's him in every role he's in. Like in Independence Day, he's just being Jeff Goldblum. But like...
He's a little more serious in Independence Day. I mean, he's still... What?
Yes. Without the oops.
He's a little calmer in Independence Day, but he was dressed like a normal person. That's why.
That's true. Earth girls are easy. How about that one? He's a blue alien.
But Ragnarok, I think, is definitely just Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, and Ragnarok it's just Jeff Goldblum being Jeff Goldblum.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is perfectly fine because Jeff Goldblum as a person is pretty cool. But like, yeah, I've never looked at him and thought anything other than Big Bird's cousin. So yeah.
Shall we begin watching Big Bird's eclectic goth cousin?
Well,
Big Bird's
we
dinosaur.
are talking about dinosaurs. It is Big Bird's cousin.
Yes.
These are bigger birds.
They are bigger birds. Yes, they are very big chickens.
Oh god.
Big Bird's family reunion.
There's the artwork right there. She's taking notes.
I am taking notes.
There's a sticky note over there. What do you? Did you just look at 3 cups worth of pens?
Yes, I'm looking for the Sunday one.
And say, which one is where's my pen?
I was looking for that one right there.
Misty.
I can't help you, Aaron. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm just gonna show you what we're working with. Yes, I'm gonna include you here. And you'll see very clearly that there are 3 cups of pens. That she said, "Where's my pen?" But it had to be the pen. You'll see when it comes through.
Ani. The sheer amount of pens. Like, why do you need this many pens?
Well, most of them
60
are gel.
of them were $5 from Five Below, so
they were gel pens from
Yeah, but that's 1 out of 3 cups. So explain the other ones.
Actually, it's 2.
It's the 2 on the ends are gel pens. Although the one on the right, the black cup on the right, has mixed in stuff. Yeah.
I was looking for this pen.
I only have 1 container of pens, and they come in a bear.
That's adorable.
And they come in a
bear.
They come in a bear. If you guys hear anything just like kind of thump or crash, it's because Sam has kicked it off my desk.
Okay.
In her
what
wiggling.
Delight.
You guys can't see her, but she's just over here just wiggling so much and just flopping herself around everywhere.
Oh, that's when Oliver thinks he deserves the churu sticks. He's obsessed. And he doesn't give up. But I don't mind giving it to him. But everybody else acts really fucking psycho. Like, they come and they swarm. And so I always have to try to get him into a room by himself to give it to him.
Meaning is just chilling down there.
Chonka boy.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
Shall we
on
begin?
the big birds.
On to the big birds, the carnivorous big birds and the acid-spitting big birds.
Let's go.
Are there birds in the... Oh.
Yes.
I was trying to figure out if they were real birds or...
From the movie.
Yeah. The spirit of Big Bird is haunting us right now.
Mm-hmm. I used to be terrified of this movie when I was little.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I hated this part with the big scary dinosaur. I would stop watching it here when I was little. And I certainly, bless you, wouldn't make it to the end with the scene at, where they're getting chased around. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, this is a comfort movie.
This is a comfort movie. Yes, it is.
Although you will still see me make a quiet exit with the cow.
I love how this movie just opens with people making really stupid decisions. And it's just
all the stupid decisions were made previous to this, too.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's just like, it doesn't get any more intelligent from here. In fact, it just devolves into stupid. But the thing is,
back up while they're digging the dinosaurs out of the ground.
That's
back up.
And then
I like how this guy is trying to keep his friend from being pulled into the dinosaur cage, right, and being eaten, and he's screaming, "Shoot her!" About the dinosaur, and he's got his arms wrapped around this other guy's hand, but yet the most secure way to hold on to his hand would be to grab his open hand, and yet
he's just cuddling the arm.
Hand of God, Amber mine. No.
And I do the guy when we get to they're pulling this dude down a river.
Spanish? Oh, it's not Spanish. Okay.
No, because the workers are on a Spanish island.
Okay, because I was just like, huh?
But they're pulling this dude down the river on what is essentially a pallet.
A raft. Yeah.
And with a rope attached to it. But where was it that he got onto it? Because the rope isn't that long and the river curves, so they didn't just pull him from miles downriver with a rope. He must have just got on a couple feet away, and they just decided to pull him.
Yeah, I wonder if he landed in a lake or something on a pontoon plane, and then it was just a little bit in.
Yeah,
I love how they just pull up Amber
Like, hey, this is what we have.
I mean, it's this perfect thing of amber. I mean, and it's obviously not the first one they've pulled up because there's already a park here by this time. But it's like, what do we got in this one? I mean, how many movies do we have to do where it's like, don't bring back the dead animals?
Right? Please stop cloning the dead animals. We don't need more.
No. Also, the perfection of this
the
T-Rex
remnants,
skeleton, not T-Rex, Velociraptor skeleton. I mean, this thing is it like obviously it died there, but all the vertebrae are still there. Like there was no washing away of anything. It's always amazing. Now, I wish I could be as crotchety in my chosen field as Sam Neill is in this movie. I love it so much. I want to be just as pissy as he is and just still be revered.
Right.
Is this GPR or is this what? It's
GPR.
Yeah, it is. It's ground.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a very old school version of it, obviously, considering when the movie was made. Nowadays, when you do it, there's a it's kind of like, it almost looks like a lawnmower, and like you walk it like over the ground and like transect lines back and forth, and it just kind of
that's what I'm used to seeing is like when I watch Josh and stuff, and he has the GPR thing and the like you said, a lawnmower.
Lawnmower.
But like I wondered if this was its predecessor. So
you'd have to hit the ground a lot, and it registers like the waves that come back.
The way the waves don't go. Okay, I got you. Cool.
I love how they got like this cardboard protecting it.
Yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do in the field.
I know, this is literally just so they can see it out in the desert.
Though the picture of what's down there hasn't really gotten much clearer, to be fair. Like, it's pretty much just as big.
Yeah. I know, because, again, whenever I watch it on Expedition Unknown or anything, I'm like, yes, I can see there is a disturbance in the ground, in the force. And sometimes people say things with such conviction. Like, yes, this is a grave. Okay. It looks like a square.
Like, it looks like maybe a part of a rock, or just like maybe that's just the way the dirt is, or
I know, I'm like it is a blob. But
it's like looking at
I look at ultrasound photos too. I'm just like,
yeah, it looks like sometimes it looks like medical x-rays when you're looking at it and they're like, see this right here? And I'm like,
no, I do not.
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
When I was a kid, I had the worst time trying to determine whether or not I thought that the kid that Alan Grant is tormenting with a claw was a boy or a girl. Because, like, from the neck down, looks like a dude. From the, like, neck up, looks like a girl.
It does have very,
very
feminine
eyelashes.
Yeah.
It's like they just put a lot of mascara on this child, and that was, for some reason, the only thing that they did. And I can't ever figure out why. But every time I look at this kid, I'm like, that it has more feminine, like, eyes than any natural looking woman who doesn't have any makeup on. And I'm like, it looks like they just put a bunch of mascara on this kid, and I can't.
I know, right? And he's got like these crystal clear blue eyes.
Yeah.
Also, but so I assume his parents are out on this day.
I hope so.
Maybe
just wandered in.
Why did they not? Like why did they not stop this torture session? I mean, maybe he was driving them nuts too, and they're like, you know what?
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let him be the bad guy today.
Yep.
And look at her 90s mom jeans.
Look at the thigh gap.
Well, that too, but baby smell. This is such a dick move too. There's also a big flat area a lot farther away.
Well, and we have that chopper and probably another chopper actually like coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they were running directly towards the helicopter. How did they not see John Hammond get out of the helicopter and walk towards their place?
He is a little magic man.
You know what? That might actually be true.
It's billionaire magic.
That's fair.
Magic.
I mean, and then he just starts making himself available.
Just like, just because you're rich, my dude, doesn't mean you're just gonna come take my shit.
He shakes his finger.
I just like I love the look of Dr. Grant's face and just realizing this is the reason they have all of the money that they do for this dig.
And the way she comes in, like,
and he's just like, oh god, no. She will murder this
mouth,
man.
Rein the mouth in.
Those jeans look so comfy though.
I like how they're only also he just puts his hands all over her. And it's just like, I don't know you, whether you're a benefactor or not. I don't know you.
Well, look at how she put Grant in between the two of them. I mean, there's a desk and another man now.
Yeah. She's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go away. She didn't even try to walk back past him. She's like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but one of the news articles on that refrigerator says space aliens stole my face.
Maybe it entertains them.
I mean, no, now I'm going to spend the rest of this movie wondering which one of them is an alien believer and conspiracy theorist.
Oh, it's her? Okay.
No, I don't know. I say it's her.
Okay.
What does some of the other ones in the background say? I know one of them just said dinosaurs and large.
Yeah, I want to pause it. Something...
Paperwork completely filled out.
Something returned without paperwork completely filled out.
Dinosaurs on, and then it just stuffs, or it says or, dinosaurs or. Oh, that poster says dinosaurs on Mars. Okay. Okay. Yeah, one of them believes dinosaurs came from space. Yep. I kind of want it to be Dr. Grant who believes dinosaurs came from space, though. Oh, I love just the looks on their faces. They're like, that is the absolute look of desperation in wanting their dig funded. Like that look of like, oh, sure, yes, whatever you need.
I will sell my soul for this dig to be funded.
Right?
Honestly, it was just like the hoops that like archaeologists and like paleontologists and things like that have to jump through to get their digs funded. It's just, I've never noticed that the cab driver kind of like gives them a dirty look when I don't know what this asshole's name is. This secret spy James Bond wannabe dude.
Yeah,
when he gets out of the cab
company, yeah.
Yeah, like when he gets out of the cab, like he gives the cab driver gives this guy like a really dirty look because he doesn't close the door.
1.5 million for 15 species of embryos.
Can you imagine? I mean, I know it's 90s money, but like
still a lot of money.
Still a lot of money.
I like the fact that you can tell that this is pre 9/11 when you could take a full thing of like shaving cream onto a plane and like not set off any alarm.
Fantastic point.
It is.
Oh my god.
Why did you put shaving cream on a pie?
Why not just flick it onto the ground?
Is this guy always playing idiot roles?
He always plays a jackass. I know that. Like,
I bet you he got typecast real hard.
Yeah, because he plays kind of like a similar role in Space Jam. Yeah.
Yeah, and like Seinfeld and stuff like that. It's all very similar. He plays very similar roles. He's very good at it, though. Like, I'll give him that. I like how Dr. Grant just decided to take the raptor claw with him. Like, he's like, you know what this trip needs? A raptor claw.
More
for any future possible demonstrations.
Mm-hmm. It's his weapon of choice.
How does one become a chaotician? And is that just not my life? Like, do I just have to have a particularly
I am a master of chaos.
I'm a master of chaos. Aren't familiar with the concept of attraction.
I don't understand why they thought they needed a mathematician for this trip anyway. Like, what would math do exactly to help you figure this? Like, maybe bring an economist or somebody who's going to be like an accountant or something who's going to look at this and be like, man, look at all the money this is going to cost.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wonder if there's something in... I'm going to go ahead and guess that it was better explained in the book as to what each one's role was going to be.
Yeah.
But... yeah,
because Dr. Sadler and Grant like make sense considering their specialties of paleobotany and like paleontology, but the maths man just doesn't make as much sense to me.
This professor or whoever, this guy that's funding it, the old man, is just as unhinged as I am. He's like, we're gonna have to drop down because of the wind shear, so prepare for some, quick drops. And everyone's putting their seatbelts on. Doctor's going, woohoo! It's me.
Yeah, John Hammond is very interesting. It's just like as a person, like he has the audacity that truly only comes with being extraordinarily rich your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like let's test the boundaries of nature and morality in just whatever ways I see fit, which I can do because no one's ever told me no because of the sheer amount of money that I have. Like, he's definitely one of the nicest ones I've ever seen, but he gives off delusional grandpa vibes.
Delusion, yep.
And that's kind of dangerous in its own way. Gotta love the khakis on the landing pad
so
operator.
Loose, too. They're just so
very,
loose.
very of the time.
They're very yuppie.
Very yuppie.
I would still trade my soul for a Jurassic Park Jeep.
I mean, that's valid.
You know what I will do? When I finally get my electric Jeep, we'll deck it out in Jurassic Park stuff.
Well, you don't have to do that to your car.
Well, that's fine. I also like to do the Jurassic Park Jeep.
Okay.
Oh, look, we're at Universal Studios.
But do the green version.
The green version?
Yeah. It's easier to find in a parking lot. Did you notice that, like...
She's right.
Every single, like, background person in this is wearing Dr. Sattler's peach pink color. Every one of them. And like they have matching belts that go with it because I got an up close view of that other dude's ass a minute ago, and like they even have matching belts.
How was that decided as the uniform color?
I don't know, but
like I would have just gone with a full khaki like explorer ensemble, you know.
No, we're adding a touch of color with peach.
Like green would have gone. Yeah, I would have gone with like a bright green, so like you can. It kind of like blends in a little bit, but you can be seen.
Also,
like
I
out
don't
in the
understand
wild.
this wide
turn.
The wide turn through nature that has no roads. Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like there was a more direct route.
Down.
Oh yeah. Also, how did you not see this dinosaur coming up?
He's too cool. He doesn't understand why he's here, and so he's being pissy in the back seat. And
he's being pissy in the back seat.
But like these creatures are so big, they must shake the ground as they walk. Also, at what point did they give her a leaf? Like she just has a leaf now. Dr. Sadler's just carrying around a leaf.
I love that. He just like reaches over to her head and turns her head around while she's talking. He's like, "Shut up about the leaf. The leaf is not important right now."
It's like the leaf is the least important thing that you could be looking at right now.
Like, honestly, how do they not feel the vibrations of this thing walking around?
Or hear it, or just catch giant movement out of the corner of your eye?
Again, being pissy is a full-time operation.
I mean, that's
valid. And she was very invested in the leaf.
I like to think that they didn't stop to give her the leaf. She just saw, like, a branch coming up and just pulled it out. Like, just as they were driving by.
I'm just going to tell you right now that if I saw this, I'd be sitting there crying. Just,
oh my god, look at the babies!
I'm smaller than its foot, and look at the baby!
I, like, in all honesty, if I would have seen this in person, would I have gotten closer to it? Absolutely not. Because all it takes is for it to get distracted slightly, turn and step on your ass, and you're just
sorry,
dead.
I would have moved closer.
I would have moved closer.
No, because my first thought would have been, they made this, which means they made the carnivorous things too, and I would be like, great, how do I leave? It's like, I do not trust human intelligence, it's time to go. Like, I would immediately assume, like, the last, like, the last of the new Jurassic Park movies was already at play, that you've, like, bioengineered something new and awful, and it's just like, yeah, no, I would have been gone. The second you told me there was something carnivorous here, I was like,
yeah,
no.
I told you, by the way, there's a T-Rex in this giant island that we're on. You're like, bye.
And Dr. Grant just looks like he's about to just shit himself. He's just crouched down, and he's just like, you know what? I'm either gonna puke or I'm gonna shit myself. I haven't decided which. It would be really cool, but like that distance where they're staring at the lake, that's as close as I want to be. Like, let's treat it as
those are duckies.
Safari.
Those are little duckies.
I need to go talk to the ducky.
Like, I just, we don't know enough. We don't even know what color they were. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm good.
Insert reptilian color.
Well, that's the thing. We're not sure about it. We're not sure what colors.
We're not sure if they had feathers or, you know.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing more depressing than a feathered covered T-Rex.
Well, there's a giant theory that like they had wings, that they had wings, and that's why their arms are the way they are, and that we've actually just been putting them on the skeletons backwards because it needs to be turned around because they actually had wings. They weren't capable of flight, but they might have had wings.
Well, imagine if that's how they really are, and someone runs up to a T-Rex in a full-on chicken suit and just go.
Well, then they deserve to get eaten. But
that's true.
Like, you kept this skeleton when you didn't want to recreate
well,
that
there's
one?
probably there's no DNA you could have pulled off of that. It's all stone, so because there's no real bone in those.
Yeah.
But I do question their choice of why they decided to create a murder scene out of their statue or their fossils. Like they actually just created the scene of like a T-Rex attacking a Brachiosaurus, and it's just like, is that really the scene you would like to paint on your theme park? Murder.
It's called foreshadowing.
Yeah, it's true.
So does he have to be available for this tour all day
like
long?
That's what I was thinking too. It's just like, does he need to be
I feel like they would do it the way that Disneyland does it, where like the people will just be talking. It's like, oh hey Groot, didn't see you over there. That's why he's got like the script, and that's why he's got so many clones of himself now in the video. Where do you get 100 million dinosaur blood from? A mosquito. It's DNA on a screen.
It always makes it sound like they're saying Mr. Deedle D. It's just all I've ever heard.
Oh, I mean, because those are fully mature dinosaurs too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those, I mean, we don't know how long it took them to reach maturity.
It's true.
Ew.
That could be a 15-year-old animal. To be that big? I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless they just found a way to.
But then they throw in the frog DNA, which is the fatal flaw. They don't really ever talk about it, but there are different frogs and toads that can have asexual reproduction.
Yeah.
So that's how the females in life finds a way. That's the fatal flaw. They don't do a very good job of explaining that in the movie. I don't think.
Just munching on snacks while he's watching. This totally. Yep. 2 years to look at one DNA strand. I'm sorry, this is the 80s and we have VR?
Yeah, right?
Yes, we fill in the missing gaps in the DNA with frog DNA. What could possibly go wrong?
I wonder, like, for this little ride that they have going on, if they'll do kind of like what Disney does and just like have characters stand in looking like John Hammond, and they just have the ride going on that way.
It's giving Carousel of Progress vibe as it just spins around.
But like it's Carousel of Progress plus Living with the Land, where there's like an actual working something that's going on.
Why does this man ask if these people are, like, I know he's trying to ask if they're automatons, but, like, instead he says autoerotica. And I'm like, what exactly, sir, how are you doing in your spare time? Wow.
Well, he's wearing khaki shorts with a suit jacket, so...
That just tells you he's got weird kinks.
Yep.
You can't do that.
Also,
they're like, we don't care about the tour. We're here for the science.
Yeah, it's like, that's why you brought them here.
He is trying to sell a theme park.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have just, like, forced my way off of the ride so much that I would have waited for it to finish and then asked to go visit the labs. Not just kind of, like, force my way around.
Captain Shang?
Yeah, that's Captain Shang from Mulan.
Yeah.
And if you watch Nora from Queens, it's her dad now, too.
It's turning.
Again, I would just cry because it would be a baby, and I'd be like, I want a
baby dinosaur. Oh, one's being born now. Like, he's so close to it. Imagine just wake, like it's born and it just eats your face.
The amount in which I would want to be getting off this island, like, just, no, I'm sorry, but like, just, like, I think they're trying to make this scene of like the little raptors hatching cute. It's not. It's gross.
With all the embryonic fluid in the egg. And me and Aaron are going, it's a baby!
I watch animal birthing videos all the time, so it really just does not faze me.
Ugh.
Instagram has them.
Actually,
they can, bro.
Captain Shang said they cannot breed in the wild.
Like, I do have to agree with Jeff Goldblum. It's just like you are trying to do the impossible and contain life in ways that are just, it's not meant to be contained.
Oh, he's probably one of the smarter ones on this in this crew.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just written off as being obnoxious.
Life will always find a way.
He's correct in many ways throughout many movies. It is just like, yeah, you probably should have listened to him at this stage.
He's just like, I'm holding a velociraptor.
And that's the moment Dr. Grant realizes, oh, this place is fucked.
It's time to go.
Just like, why would you breed things that are higher on the food chain than you are? Like, get breeding, like, the long-necked dinosaurs and stuff like that, but, like, why would you want to breed the things that can and will kill you for sport?
See, I don't mind the raptors. I don't want a T-Rex.
Like, the T-Rex is stupid. The raptors are stupid. Like, it's just...
The raptors are incredibly smart is the problem in this movie.
Yeah, like, but, like, breeding them and creating them is stupid.
Yeah,
so.
no.
I don't like this part where we're just going to give a bowl to a T-Rex.
Would you guys like me to skip past this part?
Sure.
Yeah. And then they have to eat, which is always the funniest part to me.
Because I also don't like that scene, so like we can all just skip past the gross feeding an innocent cow.
Dear listener, we did not want to watch the cow being eaten, even though you don't see it, but it's so heavily implied you know what's happening.
Yeah, nobody needs to see that.
The lack of humility that is portrayed here staggers me. Okay, Jeff.
Again, not wrong.
They're just like, do you not understand the dangers of creating and bringing back species that died? The only reason that we exist is because these things were dead first.
Nope. We're going to bring it all back.
Now, like...
this whole speech here is...
Like, it's a good speech, and, like, it makes a lot of sense. Like, I think he approaches it from the wrong way. He's like, you didn't earn this knowledge. It's like, well, I don't really think it matters whether or not you earned this knowledge. It's the fact that you're using it in the wrong ways.
Yeah.
Like, if you wanted to create, like, the little itty-bitty dinosaurs, or, like, the fucking dodo birds, or just the long necks, or the duckies, or, like, the whatever, okay. But don't create and bring back things that are designed to be the apex predator, and just like and not us. Like, we have a problem contending with moose, and you want to bring back a fucking raptor. Like, it's just on a scale of 1 to 10 of bad ideas, you're batting 20.
Luddite attitude.
Basically that you're burying your head in the sand. No technology, no nothing.
No. I mean, he's not wrong. Because when you are discovering something, you are literally penetrating nature.
There are many native societies that would agree with him on that. In many different countries, on many different continents, like, people go, they discover, and in the process, destroy.
Yeah.
So he's not wrong. But also... Dr. Sattler has a very good point. It's like, you don't know what the ecosystems were like back then. And, like, you picked a handful of plants that you could to bring back, but, like, you can't expect these creatures that were gone for millions of years just to be able to adapt and feed on
what's out there now.
Completely different, like, vegetation and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't work that way. Also, there's a reason these creatures are gone. The climate was vastly different then than it is now. And, like, that is a lot to assume that these creatures can live, survive, and thrive in a completely different...
their bodies could even process any of the stuff that exists now.
Like, the temperatures could have been a lot hotter, a lot colder, a lot more stable, a lot more unstable, and it's just like, you don't know that. And you just kind of assume they'll survive. What, in all honesty, would likely happen if you tried to bring back these creatures, especially the very big ones, who lived at a time when, like, the oxygen levels were different, like, the atmosphere was different. Like, they would probably just not survive for very long. Like, they would probably not make it to adulthood, because the bigger they got, the more strain on their body it would be. There's a reason so many of these creatures, like giant sloths and stuff like that, now have miniature versions of what they are, because they couldn't survive in our environment now.
I want to know why these children's parents thought it was a good idea to take them on an island.
It's their grandfather.
With Grandpa surrounded by giant man-eating reptiles.
I love the fact that they're marveling over the touchscreen in the car.
And it looks jank as fuck even there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Hi, child.
I have some thoughts.
I read your book. Great. Me around children. What? Why are you next to me?
Yeah. That would have been me
laughing
too.
at you, knowing exactly why they're next to you.
Mm-hmm.
They're more interested in you.
No, go away.
Whichever one you were, sir.
Cool. I'll be in that one. Go sit in that one.
Buckle up. Actually, I'm walking. Thank you.
I'm gonna be on the roof. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna sit right here and shut the door.
What book is this child reading that he thinks diamond dust is what killed the dinosaurs?
She said I should ride with you because it will be good for you.
I'm gonna kill you. Mm. Yeah, that would be me. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You would just watch me get in one side, close the other side, and hold the door shut so the kid couldn't leave. Just like, no, thank you.
No, you go sit in that one.
Well, I love that he asked the question, why didn't I build in Orlando? And I'm just like, because despite Florida's interesting attempt at laws, they still have laws. And you just bought this island and you said, I'm going to do what I want.
I feel like he probably went to Florida and went, no, Jurassic Park is already happening here. Let's go somewhere else. Like, we want what we're building to be unique, not a repeat of just nature. Because people in Florida are going to be like, why would I pay to go see a dinosaur when there's one in the backyard?
Yeah, it's oh, you're in Florida? No, you're not in a state. You're in an entire park.
Like, this is what happens.
Florida is the amusement park.
Ancient people have a zoo and it escapes and gets overgrown and just becomes a habitat.
Florida.
Also, okay, say you're in these Jeeps, right? Which seat are you sitting in? Because I would say immediately, whether or not like it's driving itself or not, I'd want to sit behind the wheel of the car.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like, I mean, I will defer and end up in the back seat. As long as there's a window, I'd be fine. Window and air conditioning.
Yeah, just give me window and air. I don't care which one.
Well, I'll tell you where she would be sitting.
In the driver's seat.
No. You would be standing through the moonroof.
She's right. I would be, because there's no one driving it. It's automatic.
That's true.
Ta-da! I get a full 360 view.
That's very true. I can see that. I would want to be sitting behind the wheel for paranoia purposes. Like, it's got like this little glass thing over it. It's got a little hook to keep it in place so you can't steer it or anything like that. But I would want to be sitting there because in the event that something goes wrong, I'm going through the glass and the hook so that I may control where this vehicle goes. It's like, even if the door is like perma-locked, I would make who's ever in the passenger seat get out so that I could go through there, get in, and then they can get back into the passenger seat. Also,
did you hear what he said?
No.
He said that's number 151 on today's glitch list. That the headlights are on but are not responding.
151 on today's glitch list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, God, okay.
Did you not think that making I don't know, which one would you rather make first, the park or the creatures? Like, I'd build the park first and get all the glitches out of the way and then put the animals in.
I think I would make a creature just to make sure that you could do it. And then I would build the park as I was working on making the smaller, easier to contain, less harmful creatures. And then once I was certain that was up and running, then you could work on filling it with the bigger stuff.
Yeah.
I'd still like to know how they thought they were going to manage to get these creatures to come to, like, the tour zone areas. They're creatures. They're going to go away from the noises that scare them and that they're not aware of.
Right. I also just don't feel like there's enough
security?
Yes. But I was thinking zookeepers.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I don't feel like there's enough animal keepers that have any kind of relationship with these animals.
Absolutely not.
And you notice how, like, they don't show you how the division from one habitat to the next is. Like, they show you on the outside. But, like, on the inside, are there little dinosaurs just popping through the giant-ass gaps in this T-Rex, like, enclosure?
Right?
Well, I also don't understand if the dinosaurs can travel from one enclosure to another, because that in that first scene they're all out there being herd animals in a safari setting. And this one you're trying to tell me that it has
an enclosure,
but
first of all, you're trying to tell me
eat man, woman inherits the earth.
That's the best line in this movie. Dinosaurs eat man and women inherit the earth.
Yep.
I like how they divided it, where suddenly they all have one row to themselves, even though Grant's in the back. Again, with the live feeding, I would just... And I realize that it's a biological need for these animals to actually...
hunt their food, yeah.
But like, still, I would not want to go and watch this. And if I was actually a tourist going, and like I've taken my children here, I would not want them to watch an animal eat another animal.
Yeah, no.
Like, okay, you have all the herbivore dinosaurs just roaming up safari style, but you're trying to tell me that you found a way to contain a T-Rex?
Like, all it has to do is just bop that fence, and then the fence goes bye-bye. And also, a single goat to feed a whole T-Rex? I think
I mean, maybe they're planning on because there'd be multiple tours a day.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't feed it all at once, and so you could... this would be me. Hello!
Are there dinosaurs on this dinosaur tour?
I hate that man.
I really hate that man.
I think I would be
Why? Because he's pointing out all the holes in your argument? I'm sorry.
I think I would be really disappointed if I paid like thousands of dollars per ticket to get here and didn't see more than like 2 dinosaurs. I think I'd like if you have like 40 species, I want a 25 species guarantee, like that I'm gonna see on this tour.
Yeah. Well, you know, in the new ones, they had like a dinosaur petting zoo.
Yeah.
With the little baby ones, and then it's like... I don't know. That one felt more like SeaWorld, because they have, obviously because they have the big megalodon or whatever, and it's like, but it's still a bad idea. It's all of it is a bad idea.
Yeah. And then they create like the flying ones too, and I'd love to know how they like really thought they were going to be able to contain that. I like how he backtracks, like, no, microscopic imperfections in the scan. You can't see any. Like,
there's nothing imperfect about it right now.
Also, why
do the doors not lock? Talking to himself.
The chaos theory. Me talking to myself.
It's just like, why is it that they can get out?
Yeah, why is it not like automatically lock you in? Like every ride.
That one guy is the only guy with any sense. The one
that is very true.
Oh.
He's he's like, why didn't... I've said it before. And this guy is such a fucking pig that no one even notices like an extra piece of garbage on his desk.
Yeah. It's also just kind of weird he just doesn't leave the shaving cream in the bag, because when he gets up to go get his like quote unquote snack, he's gonna have to put the shaving cream in his bag. And like that's more noticeable than if you'd have just left it there.
Hey, no.
Hey, watch, no.
Again, crying. Because Triceratops are my favorite.
They are. What was her name?
Sarah.
Yeah.
Cera.
Timmy, come back!
She was a bitch, too.
No, she was.
But I love her. But I just sob. I mean, even especially because it's sick, but also I just want a pet.
Why tranquilize her? Oh, she's sick. Okay.
Because they need to assess her. They do it with tigers too if they're going to go to the vet.
Like they finally actually get to see the dinosaur on their dinosaur tour, and they had to get out of the car to see it.
And it's the ill one.
Yeah, this would be Erin just on her knees, like, "Hi, baby." So would I, but
yeah,
this is her baby.
See, she's crying. Dr. Ellie Sattler is me.
I wouldn't touch the tongue though.
No, Erin would not either. But she saw.
I like how Dr. Sattler just goes from paleobotanist to vet, just like in one moment.
Look at
That's her.
That's
just laying on the creatures that breathe. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I guess you would know the effects of plants, right?
Yeah.
Like that correlate to symptoms.
Yeah. See, she's like, it's pharmacological. It's plant life.
How do you know?
Yeah. How do you know the animals don't fucking eat them?
Like,
have you ever had an animal?
But we planted them anyway, even though we know they're toxic.
Where's the poo-poo?
So, but that turned into me. With, I'm not going anywhere near the pile of feces. I'm sorry.
No.
But, like, I love how he says with such confidence, oh, but the animals don't eat them. Yes,
right.
They do. If you're not watching them, the animal will try anything.
Just like, clearly these people have never owned a cat. It's just...
I'm saying. Why does it say slurping? That is not a slurp. That is not a slurp. Squelching, I could have given them. Slurping,
but
no.
Slurping.
Yes, I'm going to stick my hand up to the elbow in dung. Tenacious.
I love how they have the breeding gloves, though, that are...
I know the breeding gloves.
I like how Dr. Sattler, you know, obviously she's just fully in her element, and the guys are looking at each other. It's like, she's tenacious, and Dr. Grant's just like, you... Like, the look on his face is just like, you have no clue what you're getting yourself into, my dude.
I know, he's like, this is low grade. I like how she called it, she's been working with it for 5 minutes. She called it a trike. Like, do these animals have names? Do they name them?
Probably not.
Are they numbers? I need to know.
We know that in Jurassic World they do. Like, Blue has a name.
I know.
But, like, is that a special circumstance? Because
I
feel
think
like
that's
these guys
I think that's
like,
a Chris Pratt character circumstance. That's his baby. It's Blue.
Because I feel like they just tag these creatures and they're just numbers. And, like, I'm surprised you don't see, like, a little ear tag or something hanging off of
right?
Yeah. Or got a brand or something.
Like, he tells the asshole dude who's going to steal the embryos, tells the boat person to give him 15 minutes. And, like, it's going to take at least that long just to steal the stuff and then get to your car. And then, like, not including the ride to actually get out there. It's just like, why didn't you plan this better?
You okay there, guy? It's like, I'm going to get a soda drink. Anybody want anything?
You gotta love Sam Jackson.
Huh?
Sam Jackson.
Yeah. Sam Jackson is just Sam Jackson in every movie. Just stop being stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Just like,
and I'm with him in every movie.
Like, the thing that would be suspicious to me is, like, he did his job.
Yeah!
Like, and I'm pretty sure, like, since these people are out on tour, and he was going to be like, yeah, well, I'm going to reset it so that everything might go on and off for the next, like, 20 minutes. And be like, okay, well, wait until we get back, and then do that.
Wait till there's nobody left in the fucking, like, park where wild animals roam.
Red flag.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's like, I'm always on the lookout for future ex Mrs. Malcolm, and just, like, Dr. Grant's just looking at him
work
like,
on that.
Just like, okay, well, you just went down on, like, they had a little bit of camaraderie going on there for a minute, and then he's just like, you know what, you just skyrocketed, just like, back down.
What is this guy doing? Nedry? I thought it said nerdy. Like,
I like how there's no passcodes or anything to get into these rooms. Like, I know it said, like, the door locks and everything were, like, going offline, but if they were locked, you think they wouldn't just automatically unlock themselves. And, like, you would like to think at some point, like, they'd need, like, a key card or something.
Yeah, I wonder if they do. But if, like, but you would think when the panel goes down, it's just inoperable.
Oh, that's
what
terrible
he's doing.
flaw.
Well, they also just think that again, it's the hubris. They think that they've got everything under control.
True.
Okay, you put a thing on the door that says restricted. It does not.
No alarm sounded, nothing.
Yeah, that thing should realistically have a bolt that goes.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, literally, like a bank vault.
Yeah.
the posturing of the dudes is just like, okay.
Are you seeing her? No? Yes? No? Yeah? Yeah? Okay.
Like, I feel like you could have just told that just based on the way they stand and sit as close to each other as they do.
Oh, great. Fences are failing.
Check the vending machine. I know that's where he said he was going, but haha.
Idiot. Again, always plays a role that's gonna fuck shit up.
Yeah. He doesn't even, like, try to close the rain jacket. He just lets it, like, just fly open, doing no purpose whatsoever. I like how they have to put in actual code to get something to come up. It's such like an early 90s computer thing, and it's just like you can't just click on something.
Why? You are working with dinosaurs. Why would you do this?
I mean, at least he wasn't stupid enough to turn off the raptor stuff.
Probably just because he didn't have to technically go through there. That's he turned it off on the path he had to go through.
Yeah,
I think so.
But also, like, the way he has water all over his glasses, right? And he cleans it just by smearing his hand over there. Tell me, as other people who wear glasses, that is not the last way you would clean them off.
No, never. I'd be fighting the battle of like trying to wipe it off on my shirt that's also wet, and you're just like
nothing is working. You didn't say the magic word, you bastard.
To the point that I would probably just take my glasses off. If my glasses
I would not. We would definitely.
I understand. I can see just well enough. You know, I wouldn't like it, but
if I'm ever in a vehicle and you see me take the glasses off, jump out of the vehicle.
And this poor goat's still there.
These people should not be in charge of any animals ever.
No. Is this the green one you were talking about? I should make my...
yeah.
Okay. I'll tweak it because I want a white Jeep.
I didn't say I was scared. I didn't say you were scared. Blah, blah, blah. All right, guys, just take it out, measure it, let's move on.
Right?
I definitely would have made sure I put in work to make sure I wasn't in the Jeep with the children and the asshole dude. Like, I very would have been glad that those were all in one Jeep so I could be in the other one. Otherwise, I'd ask, can we get a third Jeep? Is there a third Jeep?
Mm-hmm.
Also, why exactly does this Jeep that doesn't come equipped with door locks come equipped with night vision goggles? Like and like what looks like water canteens.
Rainwater?
And also, like, at one point, the asshole dude gets out and runs and hides into one of the restrooms that's just off of here. So, like, did you build this for the purpose of the park people who work here? Or because you expect the people to have to get out of the car to go to the bathroom at any given point in front of the T-Rexes?
And why wouldn't you do it in, like, a non-show area?
Yeah. Like, no, that's what you want to do, is you want to sit there and watch the T-Rex while you're taking a shit. Like, I just don't understand the point of that. And I like how this dude, whose name I never remember, the asshole guy,
the lawyer,
and when he hears he hears the thumping, he's like, maybe it's the power trying to come back on. I'm like,
have you ever heard power come on that way?
No.
Just like, if the power starts shaking the ground, I'm gonna hope it doesn't come back on.
Oh, look, a goat leg. Anybody want some goat chops?
Also, do they not know how little T-Rex arms are, and they think it's just hanging out like over the side of that fence? Like, it's just the T-Rex casually just drapes his 1 foot long arm over the fence, and you don't see the rest of the T-Rex. Like, really?
Sir,
you are now a moving target. What? He left us. Yes, he did.
But he's gonna get his, little girl. Don't worry.
Yeah, and like, to be fair, you are better off without that man.
Goodbye, Benny.
Goodbye, Benny. Are they just cluing into this?
Yes.
Yep.
Now, I did hear that with this scene, there's a lot of things, like, I saw that it was one of those things where it's like, when Mr. Spielberg wants something, you just do it.
Yep.
Like especially when the car starts to go off the side, where the goat pen was right there, so it's a flat surface right there.
Yeah.
How does it suddenly become a drop off?
And like, how did the T-Rex just walk off of it if it's like a giant drop off?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, do I hate being right all the time.
There is no way to know that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure like scientists have agreed that it's probably not accurate.
Is that a flare gun? No, it's a flashlight. No, don't do that.
It's just like not only would they have better vision, but they could see for like miles, and they can smell for miles. So
if you think they're related to birds, base it off of birds.
Yeah.
Hi.
Also, why did the little girl just think that fucking turning a flashlight on was a good idea? Like, come on.
Because she's little.
It's like
She's
your
maybe
little
13.
brother understood that was a bad idea.
Yeah, your brother just going, turn off!
It's like, why was that the thing you grabbed out of everything? The thing about this movie, it was made quite a while ago, but yet at the same time, this movie stands up to the test of time. Like, that animatronic does not look worse now than it did when it came out. Like, it looks just as good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, somebody sold their soul to make this movie look as good as it does, because it looks really good.
Mr. Spielberg said, make it happen, and they did. But also stop screaming.
Honestly.
Like, not from an unsympathetic standpoint, but stop making noise.
The more noise you make, the more it's gonna come after you. Shut up.
It's just like, it shouldn't have taken your like 8-year-old brother to tell you to turn the fucking flashlight off. And like when they're struggling to turn it off, just face it down so it stops wiggling everywhere.
Hi.
That would the amount of regret you would immediately have just as that thing focuses on you. I don't understand why Ian tries to get it to go. Like, it was leaving. I
feel like it's a delayed response.
It's a delay. Like, I got it. Oh shit! No, Hail Mary, full of grace. That's not gonna help you.
I would not want my ghost outfit to be khaki shorts.
Honestly,
on a toilet.
I wonder, like, if the toilet will go with him then, like, and become a part of his ghost ambiance.
I mean, it's in Ghosts. Mm-hmm. You know, he's got the arrow through his neck.
That's true.
Scout leader, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Scout leader Pete.
I love that show.
I've only seen the first one of Jurassic World, I think. But was it the second or third one where she's running in heels, or
it's
the first
one?
Yeah. So like, what? How is that smart?
I mean, she probably had no other shoes because she's
choking him in fright. That's lovely.
Well, she's also. What else does she have to hold on to except his neck? Really,
that's true.
It's not really a choice. It's true. It's
fair enough. Yeah. When did we get a drop-off ledge from a?
Just like, how did the T-Rex manage to get up and down that?
About 2 million lines of code. That's great. It took me a minute to realize that was Sam Jackson, because I'm like, he has hair?
Yeah.
And it's really only this much hair.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that sounds like Sam Jackson. Magic word!
I think Dennis would have been smarter if he would have made it so that it was a slight delayed response, in that instead of unlocking just everything, it triggers like a secondary response and locks these people just in that room so they can't leave.
Mm-hmm.
So he could have just done whatever he needed to do as long as he needed to do it. But also, like, if he was going to steal stuff like this, he definitely should have done it and gotten his shit together way before when the boat was supposed to be gone.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's like, it'll take me only, like, 15 minutes to grab everything and get there. You've been driving for, like, 30 minutes now.
Well, it also seems like the storm blew in.
If you're supposed to be this close to the dock, just fucking walk, my dude.
Like, why are we trying to winch the Jeep onto something?
Because it's stuck in the tree roots. He does pick the furthest away point possible, though.
Is it because it was the first one that looked sturdy enough to do it? I don't know. But it doesn't look like this guy would know how to winch a damn thing.
You got time.
I like how they gave it the baby noise. They're like,
the little chirpy noise.
Yeah, that's nice. Gotta go.
I think it's interesting that, like, there's no enclosure for these ones. They're just out here. Like, you kind of make the assumption, I guess, that they escaped, but, like, really? Like, they're
Sorry,
this
it's a girl. It's a girl.
That creature does look at him.
Sir.
He's like, you look like food.
What makes you think it plays fetch?
No.
It really, when it turns its head, you really see that they patterned it off of, like, a boa constrictor snake.
Mm-hmm.
But look how fake those, like, that grassy, like vines look.
It's back.
It's gonna follow you like that. Kick it or something.
What's that? Acid?
It's the
like
poison.
Acidic goo, yeah.
Mm.
Why would you stop and turn around to look at it again, you moron?
Conk. Oh look, there goes your supply of DNA.
I'm really surprised because like in like the can falls and everything, and it has like the DNA stuff in it. They could have used that as the jumping point for the Jurassic World movies, and they don't, because it's just here. And like they really could have just used it as that jumping point for the next movies. And I was really surprised when they didn't incorporate it at all, because they really just set it up for a great future sequel like that, and they did not. I also like the fact that none of the trees were really quite close enough to have been able to catch that thing, but did anyway. It's not what I'm gonna do. The most dramatic way to say that.
She's so traumatized.
She's in absolute shock.
Timmy, come down from the tree. Here, Timmy. How easy are these branches to climb up? Because
right, like I would not have, like, if a lot of trees have like several feet before you get to the first real branch.
Right? How am I supposed to get that high?
But like, Timmy, you gotta come down, man. I can't get up there.
I can't even get up there.
Timmy, let's find a viable sign of life, and then I will come get you. You want to talk about traumatized?
I know, right? Tim's like, hi.
Tim's had a day.
Are you okay? What part of me looks okay?
But I like his biggest complaint is the fact that he threw up. Like that's his biggest issue right now. He was attacked by a T-Rex and squished under a car and thrown off of a dam. But now his biggest issue is the fact that he got sick.
If he's covered in vomit, it's an issue. Would be for me.
No, don't move the steering wheel.
Also, that wheel, if it is actually bracing on that branch, would not have turned that easily.
Why did it take him a minute to be like, okay, I'll take your hand?
I will never.
Traumatized.
For the life of
shock. It is actual shock. Their brains are shutting down to protect them.
Okay, I will never understand why they decide out of the whole tree to climb down directly beneath the Jeep. You could have moved just like a foot or two to like one side or the other and it would have been fine. But no, they decide to crawl down exactly underneath it. Because like at this point when it starts to move, they could have just shifted to the other side of the tree. It would have been fine. Not dramatic, but it would have been fine.
Well, it's probably the path he took up.
Yeah.
So he was thinking, I had footholds and handholds here. Let's stay there. Let's not reinvent the wheel. Let's just go.
Run, Timmy, run.
Run. Climb down as fast as you can. It's called falling.
Fall faster.
It's just like controlled falling.
Falling with purpose.
Like, this is a ride they should have at Universal. Yeah. Like, Escape the Tree.
Escape the Tree. It's so put the Redwoods Trail at California Adventure and turn it into a ride.
Oh no, that's too much physical activity for people. We're out of the tree. Can you imagine rolling up on this and not understanding what has taken place?
Honestly. Like, there's no way you're not seeing gigantic footprints everywhere, considering that's dirt.
I guess you're looking for people? That guy had a name?
They were...
When they first showed this scene of finding Ian, I was really expecting her to, like, pull the branches back, and he's just missing the lower half of his body.
You can't do that to Jeff Goldblum.
Can't do that to Jeff Goldblum.
I like his response. They're like, can we move him? He's like, yes, you're moving me now. Like, I don't give a fuck. Let's go.
If I pass out, it's fine. Keep moving me.
It's the honest answer. I'm mumble must go faster to myself, at least monthly. Must go faster.
How did she get down there is what I want to know.
Sheer drop. She's
the other down. Ones that had to fucking, like, rappel down using wire. But, like, how did she get down there so quickly?
She slid. I don't know.
Indistinct booming noises.
Okay. Boom.
I gotta be honest with you. I wouldn't have cared how much I was hurt. I would have been crawling into that front seat. Because, whether they come back or not is their own problem. Because of the first sign of that motherfucker, I'm gone.
Yeah, just turn around to the front seat and let's go.
There are very few people I would not have just willingly left behind.
It's like, run faster.
Must go faster.
Let's go faster.
And it's stick shift too, which would have pissed me off because I don't know how to try the stick shift.
Trial and error, you're gonna learn quick.
I'm gonna fucking find out.
Must go faster. Must go faster.
This could have been a Jurassic Park ride too. The chase scene, you're running from a dinosaur. Come on. I will never understand why they made the Jurassic Park ride a water ride instead of any of these other things that they could have done with it.
This was filmed at Universal, on property.
I like how he says, think that'll be part of the tour.
No.
I wouldn't be too worried about it finding me. Just because, how would it get down the giant slope that must exist from where the goat was? Okay, it's going to use its little wings and fly.
I hate trees. They don't bother me. Yeah, well, big sis, you weren't stuck in the last one. He's like, if I survive this, I'm getting you a flashlight for Christmas. They're singing. Were these trees already here, or did they build these specific trees? Not build, sorry. Did they plant them? Or recreate them?
Because they're on some kind of
island.
And how would you get gigantic, fully grown trees like that here?
Yeah, those had to be natural.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Buck. You gonna watch the movie with us? No? Okay. He watched about 5 seconds of the movie, and then he decided not to anymore.
Oh, boy.
He said it wasn't about him.
Look at him, just sleeping.
He's a good boy. It's been very cuddly the last few days since we moved.
I love how he's like, well, this really wasn't what I intended, but okay, you kids can sit here. You've been through a lot.
Right? Raptor claw.
Also, he finds it up in the tree. This insinuates that raptors fucking climb trees.
What is that digging into my butt? Oh, it's a raptor claw. And how you plan on evolving in a matter of minutes? Do you think he saw us? Do you think he saw our dog? Do you think he saw us?
Those jokes are so, they're such little kid jokes, but something I bet you if you went to, a paleontology convention and said that joke, you would be the most popular person there.
I don't think I want to be the most popular person at a paleontology gathering. I can see the fleas, Mom. Can't you see the fleas? Why are we looking at fleas, child?
The concept of flea circus has always been really weird to me. I love that
it only makes sense in a bug's life.
It's true.
It really does. Think of your grandchildren. I'm sure their parents would be very upset that you let them get eaten by a T-Rex.
This is the look of the face of a guy who's thinking to myself, oh my god, the amount of money I'm going to lose on this.
People are dying. Shit.
Also, plastic cutlery at this place,
right?
Where they spared no expense.
They spared no expense on the plastic cutlery. It's top of the line plastic cutlery.
Great. Aww.
I like how he looks at it like this is a really awesome experience and
And this one's just going,
This one eats trees. It doesn't want you.
Vegisaurus.
A Vegisaur. Veggie.
Exactly how I would talk to
Baby.
She's like, you are.
I don't understand why he wants to hold on to the branch. Let it go.
I think it's an experiment. See what the grip is like in the mouth.
Has a cold, it's probably got the same fungus the other one does. Eating things it shouldn't. It's a big cow. A Brachiosaurus is a big cow.
I never would have looked at it and thought, you know what that reminds me of?
A cow! You don't look at dinosaurs and think,
you look at Jeff Goldblum and see a
big bird.
But not a big cow?
No. That is disgusting when it sneezes on her. That is.
She got all the snot.
Now she'll never try anything new.
This is where Erin, we would lose her completely.
Well,
this is where we'd lose you completely on the whole trip. It's just, she got covered in snot. She's done.
I mean, I'm kind of with Erin on that one. I would have went back behind that water pipe that they were at before and just stayed.
Yeah.
How are they breeding when they're all female?
Girl, you know how to code and you don't understand the word amphibian? He smells the egg like a weirdo. Like he's some kind of fucking egg expert.
Lick it. Now lick it next. The dinosaurs are saying there's too many women. We must have one male to herd them all.
Look at all the little feeties.
Whoa.
I love how this has been turned into this sex symbol thing.
I know, right?
And he's like half dead.
Half dead, covered in blood and sweat and everything else.
And then when you go to the Funko shop in Hollywood, they have the Jurassic Park Jeep with Jeff Goldblum as a Funko in this position on the Jeep.
Which is interesting because he's never in this position in the Jeep.
But why don't we just make it all together?
Sure, why not?
Will we get the phones back? Most importantly.
Yeah. I like that Funko Pop.
With the giant T-Rex in the back, yeah.
It's like, I don't recall him sitting like that on that Jeep as they.
I was trying to find the picture of me in it. Or, yeah.
You on the Jeep, yeah.
Yeah. I sent it.
There you go.
I like it though. Where is this?
The Funko shop in Hollywood.
It's right by the pin pages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on to your butts.
Erin, you're not covered in enough blood and like and tears.
I know.
Next time we gotta go just with, we have to do the blood makeup and like your leg in it with a tourniquet. Just walk in, take a picture, and walk out.
I thought you were gonna tell her
like,
to have her
thing
shirt
that anybody
open.
sees in Hollywood.
I thought you were gonna tell her to have her shirt open.
Well, you know what the thing is I didn't really know what to expect in the Funko store. I hadn't been before.
Yeah.
And I was like, and everywhere I looked was like,
oh, now you care that people are safe? No more thoughts about losing money?
Sure. Really, this park doesn't seem to have any structure, does it? Like, some of it is just so open, and then some of it's just enclosures and all that. It's just like, how did you decide who got to walk around and who didn't?
Metasaurus.
She's a vegetarian and she doesn't know the word for carnivore.
Really? Look at his face. They're flocking this way. Run.
It's just like, I'm just gonna let you get run over by the featherless ostriches, and I'm just gonna go the other way.
They look like ostriches.
I don't even think they don't really care about them.
They're just like, get out of my way.
I don't know why they didn't run perpendicular to the way the birds were running at them. You would have just gotten out of the flow.
Yeah.
Instead of go with the birds.
This is the same people that climbed down the tree underneath the Jeep.
Peekaboo, there's a T-Rex.
I don't like nature documentaries.
Like, Grant is getting more and more unhinged. Like, there's another T-Rex. It's like, look how it eats.
Tofu.
Can we go now? I want to go now, but look how it eats.
Like, he's
no.
Like, oh, look how it eats. He's getting just really unhinged at this point.
The kid is turning into that. He's just like, look, there's so much blood.
And this idiot,
Stop
John Hammond.
All major theme parks have delays.
I love how he's just like, do you have any idea what Disney had to go through when they first opened? Nothing worked. I'm like, I'm pretty sure most people didn't fucking die either.
They got the year wrong. They said 56.
55!
I might not have been a Disney expert, but I'm pretty sure on opening day, a bunch of people at Disney didn't fucking die.
They did not. Their heels sunk into the asphalt though
because they had poured it the day before.
Yeah,
and it was so hot it didn't set.
There were
there was problems with the water and in the bathrooms
because there weren't. I think what Walt had said was he focused more on having the bathrooms and the water fountain, so there were more bathrooms and water fountains just because it's time to open the park and we're running out of time. Put more bathrooms.
I mean, honestly, probably the better idea.
Yeah.
Dr. Sadler's not having any of your sexist shit, John Hammond. So you know what?
I love how they've used him as a table.
Yeah. It's just like, you know what? This is what you have been devolved into now.
You are on the table. You are now the table. Animal noises continue.
Like, they don't show it, but are there just, like, birds and squirrels and things on this island?
mean,
Did they clear everything out?
There would have to be something, right? Like,
I mean, I believe birds, but, like...
Nope, he messed with the raptor fence. Why is everyone afraid of the raptors and not the T-Rex?
Quicker.
Oh.
Like, you're not going to hear them coming. Because they're so little.
Fair enough.
Like, big thumpy thumpy, you're going to hear thumpy
and
thumpy. But...
they're more intelligent and pack tactics, too.
No wonder
Which
I like
they
them.
got accurate in, if you play D&D, they can have, velociraptors can have pack tactics.
Good to know.
Which means it becomes more dangerous the more of them you get.
Can Valkyria collect raptors wherever she's at?
There are no raptors in Exandria.
Yeah,
you are welcome to try in Cholt if you'd like to try and collect a raptor.
Hell yeah! Monk is gonna collect raptors.
You're welcome to give it a shot.
I'm sorry, don't tell me 2030. If you just say go down the hallway, when you get to the T, make a left.
Yeah, like don't tell me in feet, because I am not paying attention to that. So it's like I am too busy looking for like raptors at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it's LA.
This is the daddest joke of dads.
That's fair. The voltage and like grabbing the fence. Oh yeah. I love how he just throws a stick at it. Like that's going to tell him whether it's kind of on, a little on, really on.
Oh.
Well, he saw the light was off, so he already knows. But he wanted to do this. Also, do you know how to check an electric fence?
No. Throw something at it. If it zaps it, it's alive.
I mean, there is that, but you're not supposed to don't make a fist around it, because when it electrocutes you, your hand will close.
Yeah.
So you touch it with the back of your hand.
Okay.
Because then at least your hand's gonna come back to you.
There. Wear rubber gloves. Follow typing.
I like how Malcolm just at some point is just like, you know what, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of you just making this worse. Give me that damn walkie-talkie.
I'll tell her where to go. It's a race when you have a T-Rex behind you.
That's very true.
Have you seen the National Park Service's tweets?
No.
The newest one was hike in groups, bears like options.
Yeah, I did see that.
Hiking.
And I'm like, that's the best thing I've ever seen.
Hiking groups, bears like options.
Isn't that weird that in order to flip that switch, she has to like pump the flip? It'd be like flicking your light switch a bunch of times to get your light to come on.
I feel like it's an old, because it's maybe a generator thing. I don't know.
It just seems so weird to me that you have to pump it like that. It's like, and now
let go.
Are coming back on.
No, let go.
How many years of therapy do you think these kids are? They still in therapy?
Their whole lives. But who's going to believe them? To be fair, like John is going to have to hire them somebody specifically to not go around spreading this or to commit these children.
He's gonna have to like have all these like private therapists sign NDAs.
Yep.
No.
I love how she's taking her time pressing the button.
There's a little split thing she has to flip open every time. The buttons are behind like a little plastic.
Got it.
So she is being slowed down by the only safety feature in this park.
Yeah, no shit. And it's for a button.
I mean, this is terrifying.
Yeah, hell yeah. I like how she just throws herself bodily onto the fence and clings to it like a cat who's trying to avoid water.
I don't know what else I would do.
That's just an arm, sweetie.
I think, and this is morbid, but I would have kept the arm to throw, like it to distract the predator.
I got a snack. Look over here.
And she's towing this flashlight behind her. It's really funny.
Like, at what point did she injure her leg, though?
Probably. That's true.
Is this the Chris Pratt version in this movie? The raptor guy?
Yeah, kind
He
of.
has more sense than the Chris Pratt character.
Oh, yeah.
Though.
That's very, very true.
Horse purring.
Oh, yes. The raptors are purring.
I think this guy very early on, I mean, especially in the opening scene, has identified that you cannot reason with these animals.
Yeah.
And he might appreciate them and admire them, but he knows there's only one way to handle them.
I wonder if they had any idea when they made this movie that line, the clever girl line, would be so widely popular.
No.
Look, there's a snake. You were asking about natural habitat.
There it is.
There's a snake.
And it's unbothered.
It's completely unbothered.
Yeah, it's just like, well, this is my cousin. He come back from the dead. It's fine.
Is this the same kid from Jumanji?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Hello. Hello.
So he had to carry this kid. I think they were about a mile away, almost.
Yeah.
It's too much.
His hair.
Yeah.
See that? That when I was in the hospital, that look, it's like, I don't care. I don't.
Do not care. Mm-mm.
It's like I am so beyond the capability of being phased at this moment. I would like to know why they just have a bunch of food setting out when all of the crew was going home and they fed these guys dinner already.
Did the kids eat?
I don't know, but like it feels weird to have an entire dessert buffet sitting out when there's nobody in the restaurant.
It is not the kid from Jumanji. Different child.
He picked a healthy-ish meal.
That's my meal.
She did.
Oh yeah, she did. He's like, no.
That's my meal. Give me the cake.
Vietnam flashbacks.
These kids just have so much PTSD. Like he must honestly pay someone like their therapist so that they don't just immediately get thrown into an insane asylum, because who would believe these kids and say they got attacked by fucking raptors? Hey, but she's learning. She turned the lights off.
It's like, Tim, you do know, honey, the raptors are extinct. They're not on the island!
On the island. Okay.
They're not on Grandpa's island!
Grandpa owns an island and he did a lot of experiments until he brought the dinosaurs back to life. Like, okay, sweetie, we're just gonna put you in this jacket. It's white.
I love you in this room.
I love how they decided to make these dinosaurs so sadistic. Yes, they did.
From now on, only want round door handles. No leveraging.
I mean, it stops cats too.
That's true too.
I mean, this one is a sadistic motherfucker.
Yeah, this particular raptor is just like, he's learning solely so he could just fuck with more people.
I know, she's a bitch.
It's inside.
Why didn't you keep going? Put more doors between you.
Changed material.
I think there's the outward face.
Because as I say, like, I'm pretty sure when it first opened the door, it was a metal door.
I think the inside is a metal door, and then that's the outward guest facing side. So it's got like wood paneling.
I love how it called its friends. Hey!
It's like snack time, bitches.
Stop calling it purring. It is not purring.
It uses every word, but I think like to describe the noises the raptors are making, other than like clicking, which is mostly what it is, and like it uses purring and panting and roaring and like all this other stuff. It's like it's none of those things.
Undone by a ladle.
How mad would you be if you died because of a ladle?
Very mad. I'd be very mad. Here, purring beast.
I don't think that. Well, it's not just Lex screaming. It's the thing.
Are you just gonna sit there, Tim?
It's like, come on, Tim. You can do better than that. Also, why is the freezer door open? Like, it's just
the door's at the opening.
Is that the door they came through?
No, I thought that was the freezer door.
Yeah, it's a different
He
door.
slips on the ice.
Oh, yeah, it's the freezer door.
Which is, for some unknown reason, just open.
Thank you.
There is no way that kid could hold that door by himself.
Thank you.
Look at him just watching the kids run away. Like, I will get you.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been throwing those chairs to the ground behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Call for help. How?
See, the damn thing's a sadist.
See, like, it's able to move him and from that door, and it takes both of them to keep it closed. But when that other raptor was trying to come through the freezer door, Tim held the door. Like,
better door.
What kind of nat 20 strength check did that kid roll?
Come on, kid. How do you know a Unix system?
She's been talking about coding the whole time.
And apparently she's a hacker in a time when, like, what the fuck were you hacking into?
Chat rooms.
Yeah, there you go.
That one's gonna have to move.
I will never understand why Tim doesn't, like, they don't call for Tim to come over and just hand them the fucking gun. Or for Ellie to just, like, turn and brace her feet on the door and reach over and grab the gun.
Because Tim's so much more effective at slapping the back of Lex's chair. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Who holds a mouse like that?
You notice those door locks aren't aligned. They're slightly off.
Quick! Dial 911.
That's how long it takes them to get to the island.
Thank you for calling 911. What's your emergency?
We've been trying to reach you about your
car's extended warranty.
Tell them to send the helicopters. Tell them to send the fucking Marines.
Marines, Rangers, SEALs, all of them. Just the look on its face, like,
you think that's gonna stop me, bitch?
Like, that was rude. I could have used that.
And they have the DNA sequence on it.
Isn't that weird, though? I always thought that was the strangest thing. Like, that is just a waste of money at that point.
Because aren't they in the theater?
Well, I think the creature was originally in the hallway. So, like, why would you put it in the hallway first, or the tech rooms? Because then they move into the theater.
Yeah, open that, and there's going to be a nice little face. No? Okay.
I like how all the things to build
all the scaffolding is still there.
All the scaffolding is still there, and it's just like, why is it here?
The park isn't officially open yet.
And I love that their first thought was, let's climb onto the most breakable thing here.
What was the point of that? Yes, let me just dangle from the sky.
Like, I'm just gonna hang on to the fossils.
Yeah.
Smart. Yeah.
See, this could have been a ride too. Just
like in Hogwarts Hagrid's bike ride where the track drops. They could drop that.
Exactly.
I love the raptors.
They are chaotic.
I love how Ellie is the one who's just calm and cool and collected. She's ready to go, like, hand to hand with these fucking raptors.
She's had it.
Is that the baby that they, like, bonded with?
No, because it would have been less than a day.
T-Rex, hi.
They haven't been there that long.
Yeah, they've only been there for, like, 24 hours.
I don't know what they've done to speed. They've already cloned this shit. Maybe they sped up the process.
It's like, we've decided not to endorse your park. Like, no offense to you, but full offense to you.
No, full offense.
Full offense, man.
See, like, for the most part, the CGI, the animation and everything for this movie, it looks just as good as it did when it came out. Like, there's no glaringly obvious, like,
no, it's great.
shitty moments or anything. Like, it's still just as good of a movie when you watch it now as you did when it came out.
When you put that much energy into props and shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Say goodbye, Mr. Hammond, to your gigantic, lizard babies.
I do feel a little bad for him.
Me too.
Because he had deluded himself so far.
And, like, he ultimately wanted to do, like, a interesting thing and maybe even a good thing, and it's just he just went about it in the worst ways possible for the worst reasons possible, like for profit and theme park and all that. But like the concept of bringing back extinct creatures isn't necessarily a bad thing if you're talking about ones that were like went extinct recently because of like humans and stuff like that and the things that we do. But like there are things you just need to leave alone. But unfortunately,
that's what
humanity, humanity is just, we're not that way. They think to themselves, oh, I could make a lot of money off of this. Let me try and bring back these ancient creatures. Like I get the feeling if it wasn't for this movie franchise, scientists would be actively, if they're not, would be actively trying to do this. Like instead they're working on like mammoths and shit like that. But somebody would be like, you know what we should do? Velociraptors.
Yeah.
But somebody with some common sense is like, have you not seen the 6 movies that tell you why we're not going to do fucking velociraptors? It's like, you want to do a mammoth? Fine. Don't
do a mammoth. Fine.
Don't do a fucking T-Rex.
Leave the T-Rex, velociraptors, and the megalodons alone, please.
Well, the thing with the mammoths, too, is they've actually found completely intact ones that were in permafrost as opposed to fossilized.
Yeah, that's true, too.
And so they actually have the DNA they need.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Right.
Like, they don't have to, like, go, let's add, I don't know, hippopotamus DNA.
Just like, if you're gonna do this, please don't do it and delude yourself into thinking you're going to control the entirety of a species' DNA. Because it don't work.
Yeah, it don't work that way.
I mean, Michael Crichton, who wrote the book, also wrote Westworld. The Westworld book. He had something out for theme parks, apparently. So no more of those either.
He's like just an anti-theme park dude, man. So, what did you guys think of Jurassic Park?
I love it. I will always love it.
Mm-hmm. Me too. I love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies. Like you can always watch it. It's always just as good as you want it to be. Like it's always
the flawed logic is also a great humoritic factor for this.
And like it makes sense because bored billionaires would do stupid shit like trying to bring back extinct creatures for the purposes of a theme park. And I believe that. I believe that they would try that. And so no part of it except for probably like if I was some kind of like biology specialist scientist or paleontologist or something, I might find critical flaws in the movie, but like I'm not, so I get to enjoy the movie as it is. And the delusions of John Hamm are significant but believable. But it's always a good movie. It's a great way to do our to start off Jurassic July and really just kind of kick off with some dinos.
So. I will never stop making
dino noises.
Raptor noises. Raptor noises. But this is a good movie. I'm glad this is one of the movies we decided to watch for this because this is a very good movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to watch the new ones. Like again, I've seen the first Jurassic World. I don't know if I want to see the other ones.
I didn't like the second one. In fact, when I went to go watch the third one, I had completely forgotten the second one existed to the point I had to sit and Google the plot for a moment because I had just blocked it out because it's a bad movie.
Is that the one with the rolling balls? The first one.
I think
yes.
One is the one with the rolling balls.
There was the rolling pod balls out there, which is an interesting idea, but again, you're leaving too much in the hands of the visitors.
Yeah.
And that's like
putting a real person in a hamster ball is just not a good idea. Now, the very last one where they have like Dr. Grant, and Dr. Sattler, and Ian Malcolm come back, that's a very good movie. That is easily
the third one.
Yeah, the last of the new ones. That is easily the best of the new movies. It is very good. Like because what you expect is the movie is to just have these guys have like a little guest role in it and all that, but it's not. Like they are front and center. Like they're once again like the main people that are in this movie. And if anything, Chris Pratt and the other people kind of take like a side role to them, and they do these guys really good justice. I read an interview with them, and they said that they were just expecting little guest roles. They weren't expecting to have
like a full-on role.
Yeah, and then when they got the scripts, they were all three of them were really, really surprised that they were just bringing them back to the forefront for this movie, and that's why I think this is the movie that Jeff Goldblum had to go into like several weeks of quarantine before they would start filming, like everyone did, and so he ended up bringing his family with him because once you started filming the movie, they weren't allowed to leave because of it. And so his whole family, like his wife,
he's got young kids.
Yeah, so they all went.
How young are they?
Under 10.
Yeah. Yeah, so they all went because he wasn't going to be able to leave, and but I remember him saying that it was a movie he couldn't tell you what the movie was at the time, but it was one that he really, really wanted to do, and his family was fully supportive of all going and just being in quarantine with him for the whole like however many months it would take to film the movie. And they said that they were really surprised when they got the script, and they were just so involved in it. And they weren't like, little cameos or anything like that. So, and they are, it is, if you're gonna, like, you can totally just skip fucking the second one.
2?
Yeah, right. It was a really bad movie. But the last one is really, really good. So,
I think I watched about 30 minutes of the second one, and I just felt bad that they were, the dinosaurs had been taken off the island and were, like, being auctioned off at, like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not working for me.
Like, the second one, you can just get away with going online and reading, like, a little plot synopsis and then moving on to the third one. Because that's all you need. Because you kind of need to know, like, that's what I did when I went to go watch it. Because I've seen the second one, but it's been so long, like, that I couldn't really remember much of it. So I just Googled it really fast. Because I couldn't figure out who the little girl was in the beginning. And I'm like, who the fuck is that? And I'm like, oh, I blocked that out because it didn't make any sense with the plot of any of the Jurassic Park movies. But yeah, you can just go and like do a little synopsis and then just watch the third one because that's all you need. So
works for me.
But the third one I will vouch for. Like the last one is really good. It's a good movie. So, but yeah, any final thoughts before we close out this episode?
Do not clone the dinosaurs.
Valid.
Do not also add DNA to fill out the gaps, because no.
Or know what DNA you're using, I guess. Like, that's fun.
Very, very true. So we've learned that rich people should stop doing wild shit against humanity. Please don't make any theme parks with creatures higher on the food chain than we are. And you don't have to watch the reboot movies, but you can watch the last one. So, sounds about right.
I'm going to go watch the last one.
Yeah. Beyond that, I think we're good. Yeah. Any final thoughts or comments or anything?
No, that's it.
I think that covers it for me.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us for the very kickoff of Jurassic July. I keep saying that. I really hope this is the first thing that comes out in Jurassic July. I don't actually know if it is. So if it's not, and this comes out in like the middle of July.
No, it is. I have that.
Okay. That's good. So, but thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Tune in next week for more fuckery because we have some serious questions and concerns.